Hey, Stampers. This is June Lucal, and I'm here from youcanstamp.com. I'm going to be doing a demonstration on this new bundle. I just got it today, only a few hours ago, in fact, because so I wish I could spend more time on this. I really only got it a number of hours ago, and I've been playing around with it. I have some great ideas. My second card is still conceptual. Surprise, surprise, right? But here we go. I do have a very good card for you to see, and I did have some issues with YouTube. I'm going to have to work with this a little bit. There are definitely advantages for YouTube versus Facebook, as that I can edit better, it seems like, but it does jump right into the live stream. It did anyway, just a few minutes ago when I was testing it. I just wanted to like get the camera right, and somehow I went live, and then I had to redo everything. So that took time that I was going to work on my second card, but it's fine. We'll do it. You don't mind. All right. So hopefully we've got some people joining us a little by little. I just realized just now that I did not put it on my website, but people are hopefully going to know that we are doing YouTube now because of the last one. So if you're here and want to ask any questions or comment, please be my guest. I am going to, I don't know, see if I can add something really quick. So let's see, add this, you can stamp, and see if I can get something. Hopefully more people are going to join us. So I don't really know what you're seeing, unfortunately, but I'm going to see if I can do really quick. I don't know. Maybe this won't work. So I do have some great things. Yeah, I don't really have, can't get into my link right now. All right. I bet we can do this. Add a new post. All right, real quick. And by the way, I have some things coming up. Maybe I can do this without looking. Okay. So this is the latest Facebook. I'm sorry. Trying to do two things at once. Join us now on YouTube. All right. Maybe this will give some people some notification. Let's see, Google, June Lucal, or on the side, the link on the side. All right, hopefully some more people will join us. This might give us more notifications, not sure. We'll see. All right, I'm just gonna do that. All right, good enough. Publish now. All right, so yeah, still have one person. All right, so we've got Sunshine and Smiles, and this is the latest Paper Pumpkin kit, and it is available until February 10th. It's very cute. I don't know if you can see these cute little frogs. This is the first one that's coming with dies. Yeah, it's an add-on. I'm sorry. It comes with the stamps and you can buy the add-on for only $6. That's not bad. I mean, it's only 2 dies, but you know, that's going to save you a lot of time, particularly if that adorable frog. I ended up getting the host set. Let's see, where is it? It's called at the Pond. I did get this. It's a different kind of frog with the same, it's pretty, it's cute, but that one that's in this new kit is like really cute. So anyway, if you're interested in it, this will also go with a Rain or Shine Sweet collection from the January to April mini catalog. So that is also cute and we go with it. All right. So there's that news. We also are going, we are doing celebration right now. So all these items in here are free with a $50 or $100 purchase, and hosts can get this one for free. I think you might have to have a minimum of $250 or something like that. It doesn't actually say for once, but that's what it was last year. So, and then we also have the mini catalog, which I have buried over here. This is the mini catalog, and I've got it all sorts of little notes here. By the way, I don't know if you I came up with this system. The ones that I really want, I make taller, and the ones that I kind of want, I make shorter. And that way I kind of prioritize things just with little Post-it notes. So this just started, and like I said, I got an order in today. It was really late. It was at least 5 days delayed, but now that they got everything moving here, I think that they're going to stay. I saw it this morning. It only said 2 to 3 days behind, and I know more. They're going to catch up as time goes on. So I wouldn't worry about that. But if you are interested in ordering this, you might want to go earlier than later because the celebration items are only while supplies last. So, all right. So let's see. We have 2 people. That's great. I have someday I'm really hoping to be 200 people, but we'll see. I try. Need to get out there more. So, all right. So this is I have supplies. Maybe I should put these still off to the side. You can see a lot of my table here. Oh, now it's getting crooked. I was better off where it was before. Okay. So, first things first. Share a milkshake. We are going to use, I experimented a lot. Of course, the first card always takes longer. So what I ended up doing was, this is a 2-step stamp. And I don't like how cluttered this is, but not sure I can do a whole lot about it. All right. So, okay. So there's 2 steps. I always like to do the detailed one first so that you can see that and then kind of line up the background one with it. So we're going to do this one in Bashful Blue. And this is like the 3rd color I tried, but it's the one I ended up with. I liked it. I'm also going to use the foam pad to make sure I got it even. All right. So here we're going to stamp in the Bashful Blue, and I'm going to stamp it firmly on the foam, and then I'm going to lift it up. And I really liked this whole set because I felt like this was a very neat design. I've been interested in glass, parfait glasses. I did a project in 9th grade. I actually got purchased by the Akron Art Museum. Not the Art Museum. It was the Children's Hospital. There we go. Okay. So they actually paid me in 9th grade $50 for this painting that I liked. I didn't have any intention of selling it at that point, but they did purchase it, and it was with a parfait glass. And I know this is more of a milkshake glass, but I like the grooves in it. And I like how this is kind of a positive negative thing. All right. So there I stamped off, and then I stamped again. And here I have kind of a 2-tone stylistic kind of glass, really. All right, now I want to do something similar with, I'm going to do some chocolate ice cream. In fact, you could almost consider this, I thought it looks like it could even be a root beer float, but it would be really fizzy only at the very beginning. So here I'm going to stamp. This is early espresso, but it's very dark. So what I'm going to do is stamp off and then stamp I'm going to be cutting this out, so I'm not going to put it on top. All right, so that's a little darker than I wanted it, but it's all right. It'll dry a little bit differently. And then, all right, I need this to be, so this sorbet, sweet sorbet, is such a pretty color. It really is. And now that I can't have dairy, I do like sorbet, so I might be doing my next card in that. I haven't quite decided, but I'm going to do some straws. I need a couple straws. Oh, I almost did that on the wrong thing. All right, 1 straw, 2 straw. And I also need a cherry. And see, I put them both on the same one, and I can just flip it. So if you were doing this really fast, it's all right there. Okay. Did I get everything? I think so. All right, so now I need to line these up. In fact, I'm going to cut this down because I don't think it's going to fit in my mini, whatchamacallit, mini cut and emboss. Oh, goody, we got 3 people. All right, so hopefully if you want to say hi, I'd love to say hi back. But here we are. Let's see. I think I'm done with this one. So let's, before I get it all over the place, let me get rid of that and that. Goodness. All right. Oh, by the way, if anybody is ordering, let me put this where we're, okay, doing this backwards. By the way, I don't know if you knew this. I'm seeing everything backwards, which makes it a little tricky. So when my hand goes left, it's actually going right on your screen. It's throwing me off a tad, but it's totally fine. We can do this. If anyone's brain can work in reverse, it would be mine. All right, so here we are with our mini stamp cut and emboss. So I need to cut these out. And then what's really neat is this bundle comes, well, if you want to get the bundle, you can get each of these items separately. But if you want to get the bundle, you can get dies that match exactly. And it does take a lot of time and trouble out of this. And I have this here. Oops. All right, so here is the rest of the ones. This is really neat. It makes a waffle cone. One of the reasons I got this. That was super neat. All righty, let's see. Let's make this work. So I'm going to cut this out. And then I also need the one for the glass and the cherry. I think I might cut the straws out separately. And just easy enough, harder to line up, to be honest, but I put them on there anyway. Oh, and I do want to have a little chocolate syrupy type of thing here. So I'll put that there. And this is a cute little die. There we go. Okay. So there we have it. I'm going to put this on top of it carefully. Sandwich it down. Whoop, crank it through. I think my glass moved a tiny bit. Tiny bit, not too bad though. You can attach the, kind of tape these down with washi tape if you want. I know some people do. That wasn't too bad. All right, and here is my chocolate that goes on top of it. How's my cherry? Not awful. That's fine. All right, and then I'm going to cut these 2 straws out. See, they're just straight, so it's not like it's very hard. All right. Yeah, so I like how they're stripy. I always like that kind. I don't know. Doesn't take much to amuse me. All right. So then I wanted to focus on, I've actually changed my mind, and in a way I should have gone with my original one, but I did end up going with this new kind of paper. And this is called Country Floral Lane. I'm sorry, that was the one. Never mind. That's the wrong paper. That's what that was my third possibility. I got all this paper. Okay. It is called, here we are. It's turned over, so I can't see it. This is called Country Gingham, and it's really neat. There's a lot of each of the patterns, okay? 3 different patterns, 4 different colors. Look at all the one. That's just one. Those are all for that pattern. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That seems like an odd number, but there's quite a few of that, of each. So if you had multiple projects, you could, not run out or have to switch colors or any of that. So I'm going to use the Whisper White cardstock as the base. And then I used 3 different patterns in 3 different colors. So this one is Bashful Blue to go with the glass. All right. And all right. I probably can get rid of this now. All right. So here we are. Stamp and seal. Let's use the silicone mat so I don't get it all over my table. I am really close to the end of this particular one, so we'll see. Maybe I'll have to show everybody to load one. Oh, goody. We got to 5. I know. Baby steps, right? Pretty soon I'll have a following. That's my hope. All right. So here is the Bashful Blue background. I also have these cute little designs. This is Petal Pink, and this is that Sweet Sorbet. I cut this 3x3. This is 1x3. So this is pretty simple. The early espresso. Remember, this is all the principle of unity or harmony. We got the same colors. I'm not getting too wild, or, different changed colors or whatever. They do coordinate. That's one of the best things about Stampin' Up! Is we have all these products that coordinate, and it takes all the thought out of the time. You just need to know the colors a little bit, and then this is Bashful Blue, and then I have the Bashful Blue ink, and then I have Petal Pink that is paper, and then we have here's paper, and there's ink, and all this stuff goes together. It's beautiful. It's so easy. Definitely what attracted me to become a demonstrator. So, that's like a hair too long. Don't know why. All right, so that made me kind of think of like a tablecloth or something on wallpaper. That's why I chose those like that. So these are going to be centered right here on my Bashful Blue, and that made me think of, well, these are all gingham, kind of country. It's just, I don't know. It all seemed like it coordinated beautifully. And that was the purpose, right? All right, so that's going to go sort of centered. It's actually going to be slightly to the top. And this, I've mentioned this before. If you are framing or matting something, particularly if you didn't plan well or whatever, if you have anything extra, you'd want a little bit of weight kind of at the bottom. Do you see how that's a little bit more at the bottom? That just kind of is like an instinctive, this is the bottom because it's heavier. That's what I figure anyway. Okay, so here is the glass. And, this was neat too. You might not be able, can you see there's a slit there? So that was part of the die. Do you see how this was cut right into it? And the reason for that is so that we could fit our straw in there. See how that fits right in there? So cool. So I'm going to be using Be My Valentine on this one. So I wanted to have 2 straws. So it's like 2 people sharing a milkshake. I remember doing that as a teenager. Now I can't have milkshakes. I know James would share one with me though if he wanted to, if he's game for a good sorbet too. Oh, we had the best gelato when we were in Italy. That was amazing. And I was so blessed because they had some non-dairy ones. They even had non-dairy chocolate ones, which was like just amazing. So grateful for that. So, all right, I'm using this multi-purpose glue. Oops, I almost did that backwards. All right, so a little bit goes a long way. So there I glued it onto the back. So now I have it like 2 straws coming out, and that's going to go like right here. Now, before I put that down, I'm going to put some hearts in the background, okay? Because like I said, this is Valentine's. So I have these little hearts come with this set. So, oh man, that could have been a bad thing. There's some that you can stamp, and there's also some that you can cut out, which is nice, some versatility. And I had to, I don't know, I always used to make Valentines, especially for my kids to give away. Because I was that mom, that made all the homemade Valentines. And, occasionally I bought them, but generally I like to make them. And I know like one time the kids had, I think Matthew, I made little matchboxes for all the kids. And it was really cute. It was very different than everybody else's. I don't know. But it's so fun. This is what I love to do. And I'm an art teacher. And, I better get that on there before it's totally dry. So making Valentines for my kids is still like a no-brainer. And I still make Valentines for my immediate family, even though they're getting to be grown up. So now Ben doesn't live at home anymore, so I'm going to have to mail it or somehow. I don't know. All right, so here we go. Now I want this to be raised up, and I also need some words. So I'm actually going to put this one away. And what I want to do, I'm going to use this little piece. I'm going to I think it might be too wide actually, but all right, I'm going to use the brown early espresso. All right, early espresso for the words. And here I've put the words. We got this, Be My Valentine, right there. And I ganged it up with the other one for the other card that I'm going to do, if we have time. So, all right, so I've got Be My Valentine. I'm going to put that down a little bit and cut it down because this probably is actually a little bit wide. All right. I'm going to cut that down. All right, so now to make a little banner, and we cut that in a little bit in the center, and then from the outside corners to the center cut that I made right at the top. All right, so I cut that in about 1/8 of an inch, and I'm going to cut from here and then from the other corner there. So these are just kind of shallow. Whoops, no, I was going to say it's upside down, but no, I'm looking at backwards. That's why I'm having trouble. Okay, so we're going to raise this up because I want this to be popping out at us and very obviously the center of attention. So I'm going to put some dimensionals on the back. And yes, I do normally use the smaller ones, but these are going to be easy to take off quickly. Oh, I do want one more. And this is going to be for the right-hand side. Okay. So let's take these. I'm going to take this off because you know me. I completely ruined a card 10 seconds after I made it because I dropped one of those pads on it. That was not very long ago. So, and I've been very much butterfingers lately. So better be careful. Oh, I forgot the cherry. Just realized that. Okay. So we'll put that centered. Not usually a fan of centered, but this kind of the idea is we're sharing. All right, and then I have Be My Valentine, and I'm going to have that kind of go off the edge there. Now, if you can see, this is like 2/3, and this is one, well, maybe it's a little bit less over here, but they're different amounts, and that's important. If you put it right in the middle, and this is right in the middle, it's okay, but it's not as interesting as it could be. All right, and this also does have that flow, and I know, like Jill was saying, I say this all the time, and she says that that is something she learned from me. So, yeah, all right. Isn't today the 17th? Okay. I'm not sure. I had trouble setting it up. I just realized that people are sending me comments, so I need to pay attention. All right, and I forgot my cherry. I think I'm going to trim that down a tiny bit because that's a lot of white right there. Because it moved slightly. It's okay. I like fussy cutting. So, no, nothing bad. You know, I'm not worried. But I do end up doing a lot too close to my stomach. Whoop. All right. There. Okay. There we go. So we have a sundae or a milkshake. And the glare is kind of, I never did figure it out. I played with it for like an hour or half an hour after our last YouTube live. It's just kind of washed out. And I mean, maybe I can order another camera, but I don't know. It's money that I don't really have to spend. So, you know, it's funny. So farther away it was, the more you saw the details. Maybe it just like washes out, and maybe the light is too strong. Okay, so there's that one. Now, the second one that I wanted to do is, oh, look at this. I'm off the screen right there. Okay. So the second one I wanted to do involved, I wanted to have the words that says, this is one of the reasons I wanted to get this. Life is sweeter with you. I have a lot of different things that have ice cream or cinnamon rolls or also, you know, whatever sweet things, just saying you're sweet. But then when I go to actually send a card, I kind of like, that doesn't really fit. However, life is sweeter with you. That really does kind of resonate with me. So, all right, I'm going to do, I have an idea for a card. It's still, like I said, conceptual. I'm going to use, sure, why not? I will do white. I might change my mind. And then, so I wanted, this is what I really should have done, is to use this paper. So this is Celebration Time, and this is Dandy Designs. I love this paper. All right, these are great colors. These are great designs. There's so much paper. Yes, I had to spend $100 to get this. It wasn't very difficult to do that, honestly. It was totally worth it, in my opinion, because, yep, lots of great designs and a lot of paper. Like, really, that's a lot of paper. So I should have done all my designs for, today for that, just to show you. However, we're going to go with this. Now, I was thinking, I like this design. Oh, this is the card I made for Stamp Camp, isn't it? Where'd it go? Where is it? Here we go. So we did this at Stamp Camp. What was it? What is today? 17th? We did this the first Saturday of the month. Now I'm blanking on when that was, but that was one of the cards we did. And I like the other side of this one too. And this is not masculine by much, any stretch. This is probably maybe a little more feminine with the flowers, but they do coordinate really well. This is my gripe though, because they look so great and they're on the back of each other. Sometimes that is not helpful because then I can use half of it because I need the other side. All right. And it really comes in play when, for example, in the Celebration catalog, there's it's a cute, to be honest, Barnyard, this farm one, Day at the Farm, living across the street from one and actually helping in the barn. I'll tell you, it's not quite as idyllic as that, but it's got some cute animals on it, and I thought that might be fun. Now, the thing is, you're limited because, for example, this one that has trees on one side and hills on the other, you would only be able to use half of it for hills because you need the trees for the other side. But if you had the hills on one paper and the trees on a different one, then you could have lots of trees and hills, if that makes sense. So anyway, minor details. All right, so this is the one that's conceptual. I have a very simple design for this. I'm going to cut, we'll start with 5.5 because I know it's going to go as wide as the card. And then, let's see, something like that. So that would be 2.5. Let's go with that. 2.5. And then I also want like a 1-inch using the other side. I'll do it this way so we can see. All right, so this, I can do something like that. Okay, so then I need some white squares that are big enough for my, all right, I had white right here. Yep. Okay, this is probably not big enough. Let's see though. Here are my stamps, and I want that to be, so I could fit those in 1.5, and then 1.5 times 3, I want 3 of them, is 4.5. So that's just slightly too small. So let's go with this one. All right, so I'm going to do it 1.5 wide. And then I'm going to cut these down to 1.5 each. So it looks like James is here, Mom is here, and Nancy's here. So I really appreciate you being here. That's dedication. You guys are awesome for supporting stamping and my website and my efforts. It's really challenging to have 4 jobs and try to do a good job with this. So every little bit helps. All right, so here's the idea. I want to do this and then have 3 across. All right, and then I probably, if I could do some kind of string around there, that would be awesome, although I'm not sure. Might have to go down here. I also want these words on here somehow. So maybe I need to make that thinner so I can put this down here. Maybe I need to raise that. So this is gonna, somehow, but I hate to cover up the design, right? Well, I wonder if I used the, here. That was the proportion I wanted, but playing around with this a little bit. And then I could put this down here. Ooh, how about this? I could do that. Ooh, I've got an idea. How about I use that fresh freesia? I could even use this background. If I had this come down like that, and then I could do the words in white. How about that? We'll see. All right. We're going to take it. So I know I usually like to score that, but we'll save this for another day. So this will go there, and then this will go that's possible. And then I could put this string, I could have that overlap, and I could have the string and then I could have the ribbon underneath it. Or right here. I guess I'll still do that. Okay. Because I know I hate to have it show on the back too much, but all right. So I'm going to use my embossing buddy to make sure that the embossing powder doesn't stick too much to the background. And then I have white craft ink. And I'm going to do Life is Sweeter with You. So doing this on the fly. I know there is one demonstrator that is kind of her thing, is to do it on the fly. And I was like, genius, because then you don't have to, you're okay if you're just trying to catch up like I am generally. So I do, you know, my form of procrastination is generally to do things that I need to do, but like not necessarily right then. That I have to admit, I was doing a bit of that. And I am really ready for my next Scout event. but it's far off. But I had a lot of work to do for it. So I'm glad I'm ready for that now, because I stayed up way too late for the one that we just had on Saturday. All right. Oh, I'm off screen again. All right. So here I'm going to heat this up. It's fun to see it melt. It turns white. Okay, so there we have that. I like to use a clipboard so I don't have to get too close. You can really hurt yourself with one of those. It's hot, and it does even warm that metal up a little bit. All right, so there I have that, and this is going to go there, and then this can go there. Oh, once again, off screen. Oh, you know what? That would have been nice. I wonder if I could have put that right on top of those. Let's try that. I'm curious. Bear with me. That's subtle enough, that design, you might not be able to. All right. Although you can hardly see my stamping. I wish. My next order, I need to get some white embossing powder, looks like. All right. Yeah, that looks like it might work. Okay. Oh, hold on. I'm going to use my clipboard because I was worried about burning myself. All right. I don't want to melt my tabletop here. All right, so then I got this. Yep, that'll work. I like it. Okay, so let's get some junk off the table. All right, so let's okay, I'll put that here. And here. Okay. And then, well, the only thing is now well, maybe I can do this. Didn't quite, forgot that I wanted this to be like that. And then that kind of gets covered up. But if I could have made this longer, or maybe I just do it up here. And I can do this, something like this. Wasn't quite what I wanted to do, but oh well. Okay. All right, so I'm going to put a bow way over here. Yeah, let's make a knot is probably easier. Okay. It's a bit tiny. All right. Okay, so then these are going to go something like there. Okay, so we're going to use repetition. There's a little bit of repetition already on there. And let's do some Stampin'. All right, so I have this bowl, and then this goes with it, and I like to do the detail part first, so we're going to do that. And then we have this ice cream that goes with it, and then a spoon. So all right, I'm going to try this. I didn't do this masking like I meant to. All right, here's a Post-it. And let's stamp the spoon. What should we do that in? Do that in the fresh freesia. Have a nice, or ooh. Yeah, let's have a purple spoon, and then we'll have the peach. That's the problem with this one, is this darker one is sort of like, we don't have that exact color, unfortunately. We have like a darker, like a stamped off version of the Calypso Coral, maybe. If you can see the words, I did that. So we could do a lighter, the stamped off version of the fresh freesia for the spoon. All right, so I need to make a mask real quick. So I'm stamping it on a Post-it note, and I'm cutting it out. And I don't really need the end of it, but it's definitely the tip that's going to be needed. All right, so let's see. I would want my spoon to be somewhere like that. Okay, and then I'm going to have that higher up. Okay, so there is my bowl. I'm going to do that in we'll just have some kind of peach ice cream. Okay, where's my stamp off paper? Here. All right, so actually let me stamp the spoon. Stamp off, and then stamp it where I want it. And then put my spoon mask on top of that. All right, and then I want to put my bowl. I'll put that like here. And then I'm going to do this bowl, and I'll stamp off and then put that on top. You know what? I might make this full strength and see what the two on top of each other are. Okay. And then with that still on there, I'm going to do this. Where is it? The petal pink. And here's that. I'm going to do it the I might do a second. Okay. So there's one. And maybe we could do a spoon from a different direction. And we'll do the spoon. There's my mask over here. All right, let's do the two-step stamp of the bowl. And then we'll do this one full strength on top of it. And then let's do the ice cream or dessert, whatever it is. All right, that's a little bit lighter. And let's make the spoon down there. So we got things everywhere, different directions. Okay, here we are. Good. It's a little off center. It's okay. Okay, so there I have 3. Oh, I kind of like that with the spoon at the bottom. Okay, so actually what I could do I'm going to put that underneath it too to help it offset a little bit. Okay, and that's going to make this white stand out a little bit better. And then I can have kind of that half off idea. Okay, so this will get, I'm going to put a little bit of glue back there. And then these are going to get raised up with dimensionals. And you know what? I'm going to use mini ones on this one. Okay, so we'll put them in the corners. Well, I really appreciate you watching. We're almost here. Done. Oh, we got 2 minutes left before 9. I've got great plans for the future. All sorts of other neat ones that I have to do. Now that my order is here, I can actually start getting to work and I don't have to scramble. Although I probably will, because you know me, right? All right. But I'm ready for Scouts, or pretty close. I actually need to do one more presentation and I'm good to go. All right, so here we have, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do this. And then we'll do this one in the middle. Do that a little bit closer. All right, so this one can go right here. Just like that. All right, so here I have it. And 2 different cards that you can use using the same set. Very different. Lots of fun paper out right now. So check out the catalog. If you haven't before, it's too late. Okay? All right. Well, come back in 2 weeks. I believe the date is February 7th, and I'm planning to do Beautifully Happy. Hopefully it'll still be around. It is this new celebration set that you can get, and it's Morning Glories, I believe. So thought of my mom for that one. Okay, so have a great night, and thanks again for stopping by and watching. Thanks. Bye. Oh.